If food prices rise again in Britain, most people will make the exact same mistake they always make. They rush for the flashy stuff, the expensive stuff, the fake healthy stuff, the food with the best branding, not the best value. And that is exactly how you end up spending more money, getting less food and feeling less prepared. Because when life gets tighter, the food that matters most are rarely the glamorous ones. They're the boring ones, the steady ones, the food that quietly keeps you going. Not miracle powders, not wellness shots, not some tiny tub with trendy branding on the front and sugar hiding on the back. Just real food. Welcome back to Charlie's Survival. If you want more calm, practical UK focused videos like this, comment below and subscribe. That really helps the channel and it tells me you want more supermarket preparedness and cost of living videos like this. Now, before we get into the list, let me say one thing clearly. I know the word superfood gets thrown around a lot and most of the time it's just marketing. But for this video, when I say superfood, I mean something much simpler. Foods that punch above their weight. Foods that are cheap, useful, nutrient dense, easy to store, easy to rotate, and actually worth having in a normal British home. And the reason this matters right now is obvious. When fuel rises, transport gets hit. When transport gets hit, the wider weekly shop starts feeling pressure. And when household budgets get tighter, what you buy in the supermarket matters even more. So this video isn't about eating like a monk, it's about buying smarter in a Britain that still feels expensive, fragile, and uncertain. Let's get into the list. 1. Oats. Let's start with one of the least glamorous foods in the entire supermarket, oats. Not the expensive protein porridge pots, just plain oats. Because oats are one of the best examples of real value. They're cheap, they last ages, they fill you up, and they actually do something. A bag of oats quietly gives you breakfast after breakfast after breakfast, and that's the kind of food I respect. No hype, no flashy promise, just dependability, and that to me is a real superfood. 2. Lentils. Now, here's where a lot of people get caught. One of the most powerful foods in the whole supermarket is the one people barely touch, lentils. Because lentils are almost the perfect tougher times food. Cheap, flexible, filling, easy to bulk out meals, easy to store. And if you learn just 2 or 3 solid lentil meals, you suddenly make your whole kitchen more resilient. Soup, curry, stew, side dish, emergency meal. That's not wellness culture, that's preparedness. 3. Beans and chickpeas. Same lane, same logic. Kidney beans, black beans, chickpeas, cannellini beans. These are the foods that stop your house from feeling empty when your fridge looks rough. You can build meals around them, stretch meals with them, store them for ages. And the key thing with foods like this is they build margin. That's really what Charlie's Survival is about, margin. A bit more room, a bit more stability, a bit less dependency on needing to shop every 5 minutes. And actually, this is probably the best point to say this. If you want the practical gear and everyday home basics I actually recommend, not just food, but lighting, water, power, hygiene, and real UK preparedness kit, check out my Charlie Survival Amazon kit list. And while you're there, grab the free blackout checklist from the pinned comment. That checklist is completely free and it gives you the basics in one place. And anyone who downloads it will also be the first to hear about my upcoming UK Crisis Readiness System course, because that course is being built for exactly this kind of thing. Less panic, more clarity, and a proper UK focused plan. 4. Frozen berries. This is one of the smartest swaps in the entire supermarket. Frozen berries, because fresh berries look lovely until they go soft, mouldy, and expensive. Frozen berries are different. They keep, they reduce waste, they're easy to use, and they let you add something decent to oats, yogurts, or smoothies without paying silly money every few days. This is what smart shopping looks like, not always fresh, not always fancy, just practical. 5. Frozen veg. Exactly the same story. Frozen broccoli, peas, spinach, mixed veg. This is the kind of food people overlook because it feels too ordinary, but ordinary wins, especially when money is tight, because frozen veg helps you do 3 things at once. Eat better, waste less, and keep more food in the house without pressure to use it immediately. And when prices are under pressure, wasting less matters almost as much as buying well in the first place. 6. Eggs. Eggs are still one of the great all-rounders. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, bacon, quick meals, simple protein, easy wins. They're one of those foods that just keep proving their worth, and are like foods that earn their place because a lot of supermarket food doesn't. A lot of it looks good, sounds good, and costs too much. Eggs are different. They are simple, useful, and they fit into loads of normal meals without any drama. 7. Plain Greek yogurt or plain kefir. Here's where supermarkets, especially one, makes an absolute killing. They take something simple, dress it up with protein all over it, add sugar, shrink the portion, triple the branding, and charge you more. Plain Greek yogurt and plain kefir cut straight through all of that. You get simplicity, you get versatility, you get something you can actually add your own fruit, seeds, oats, or honey if you want. That's the bigger lesson here. Buy the real version, not the marketed version. Most people spend more for the marketed version and end up with a weaker product anyway. 8. Sardines and mackerel. Now, this one matters even more from a preparedness angle, tin sardines or mackerel, because this is where health and practicality overlap beautifully. They store, they travel well, and they give you something genuinely useful in the cupboard. This is the kind of food I love for Charlie Survival, not because it looks cool, because it works. If prices keep climbing, foods that are shelf stable and actually valuable become even more important. And oily fish in a tin is one of the easiest ways to add that to your house. 9. Tin tomatoes. People don't think of tin tomatoes as a superfood. That is exactly why I like them, because they are not the star of the show, they are the food behind the food. They make everything else work. Pasta sauce, chili, bean dishes, soups, curries, stews. A cheap tin of tomatoes can turn random ingredients into an actual meal, and if you're trying to build a more resilient kitchen, that matters massively. 10. Beetroot. Now, here's one that does actually get talked about like a health food. Beetroot. And fair enough, at least this one has something going for it. Fresh beetroot, cooked beetroot, vacuum packed beetroot, whatever works for you. It's one of those foods that feels old-fashioned in a good way, simple, real, recognizable. And compared to most of the fake healthy products on the supermarket shelves, beetroot at least feels like a food that still belongs in the real world. That matters to me because I'm far more interested in grounded foods than trendy ones. 11. Ginger. Fresh ginger is one of those little foods that earns its place over and over again. It's cheap, it lasts, it adds flavour, and it has a proper use. Tea, curries, soups, stir fries, simple home remedies. Again, I don't care whether something is trendy, I care whether it's useful, and ginger is useful. That's why it stays on the list. 12. Walnuts or pumpkin seeds. These are compact, simple and easy to keep around. Walnuts, pumpkin seeds, simple mixed seeds. You don't need loads, but they add something. A handful into yogurt, a bit into porridge, on the top of salads. A better snack than a lot of ultra-processed rubbish people lean on. Sometimes the best foods are not massive dramatic upgrades. They are just small, steady improvements that make the rest of your routine better. 13. Olive oil. Now, this one needs a bit of balance. Good olive oil can absolutely be worth having, not because it's a miracle cure, not because you need to build your whole personality around it, just because it's a solid kitchen staple. A proper oil you actually use is worth far more than 10 weird healthy products you barely touch. That's the bigger principle. Useful beats novelty every single time. 14. Plain peanut butter. This is one of the best label reading tests in the whole supermarket because peanut butter should basically be peanuts, maybe a bit of salt, that's it. But once you start reading labels, you realize how many healthy foods are just desserts in disguise. Sugar, extra oils, syrups, additives. And that's the lesson I want people to take from this video. Don't buy from the front of the packet, buy the ingredients list, because the front is trying to sell you a feeling. The ingredients tell you what it actually is. 15. Tea. Now this might sound too simple to finish on, but I actually think tea belongs here, not because tea is a miracle health hack, but because tea is comfort, routine, warmth and morale. And in uncertain times that matters more than people admit. Preparedness is not just protein and shelf life, it also keeps life feeling stable, keeping small rituals alive, keeping a house feeling human. And in Britain, a cup of tea still does a lot of work. The fake healthy foods I'll be careful with. Now let's flip this, because buying the right foods is only half the battle. The other half is not wasting your money on the fake healthy stuff. Sugary cereals pretending to be fitness food. Tiny prebiotic drinks. wellness shots, protein granola dessert nonsense, flavoured nuts covered in sugar and oil, expensive healthy bars, low-fat yogurts that are basically pudding. This is where people lose money, not because they buy one treat, but because they keep paying premium prices for foods that have been engineered to sound healthier than they really are. That is not resilience, that is branding, and the more expensive Britain gets, the more important it is for you to stop confusing marketing with value, the bigger point. So, what is this video really about? It's not about perfection, it's not about eating like a monk, it's not about turning your cupboard into some bunker full of obscure powders and seeds. It's about something much simpler. If prices do rise, you want your kitchen built on foods that are boring, strong and useful. That means oats, lentils, beans, eggs, frozen veg, frozen berries, yogurt, sardines, tinned tomatoes, ginger, simple fats, real cupboard food, real freezer food, real meals. That is how you build margin, and margin matters because most people do not panic when the world feels unstable. They panic when the house feels unstable, when the fridge is bare, when the cupboard is random, when the food bill suddenly stings, when they realise they've been spending loads on fake healthy convenience foods that never really helped them in the first place. So no, I'm not saying go panic buy a trolley full of beetroot, I'm saying buy smarter, buy foods that store well, do something, stretch meals, reduce waste, and make your home a little more resilient. That is the real win. If this helped, hit the like button and subscribe, and comment below if you want me to do a follow-up video on the 15 fake healthy foods I'd stop buying in UK supermarkets. Check out my Charlie Survival Amazon kit list for the practical gear and home basics I recommend. And don't forget to download my free blackout checklist from the pinned comment. Anyone who grabs that will also be the first to hear when my upcoming UK Crisis Readiness System course goes live. With the current conflict going on, I recommend watching this video on screen now, all about the top 10 items to get before prices rise. Click it and I'll see you over there.